It's been a little while since I've had the time to sit with you a while. I hope you're looking down on me saying, damn, I'm so proud. I hope it doesn't matter that I don't have life all figured out. I live my life for you because you can't be here. I still hear your voice as a whisper in the wind. Hope you're looking down on me saying, damn, I'm so proud. I hope it doesn't matter that I don't have life all figured out. I live my life for you because you can't be here. I hope you hear this song through the whisper in the wind.
You ever notice how Lloyd is always getting picked on?
That's not true.
Well, I was going to say rightfully so, but okay, that's fine.
Well, and
How are you doing, baby?
I'm hanging in there. How about you?
Rough spot, but it's okay. We have those, don't we?
Oh, yes.
We think about those that we've lost that have went on, and it hit me tonight with Robin, like it does, and we do that, and we lean on each other through these times. I know I've got you, I've got Chelsea, I've got the people I love and that I can lean on. But I have learned from this that the worst thing you can do, and Cody was right when she said that the worst thing you can do is isolate. So don't ever isolate. I mean, yeah, I get sometimes you want to take a day for yourself. Sure, I get that completely. But don't make it too many days. Okay. Um, a while back, I was over at your place, and you had this idea to do something a little more with the paranormal. And I remember thinking to myself, when you first mentioned it, I mean, like in real time that evening, I was like, well, what else? You're doing spirit box session. And then, you had the idea of the darkest stories. And I was like, that's a good idea. Because here's the thing, when I went with you and Lloyd to the first, um,
The hall tour.
yes, thank you. I was going to say convention, but it's not really a convention, more like a meeting. But when I went with you and Lloyd to the first all tour, which was in Jackson, Kentucky, I remember thinking that was the first one I'd been to, and I remember thinking, "You people love this stuff." And then when we went to London, I think it was just this past year. It was you and I and Cody and Lloyd, and the team down there at the public library was nothing but. And let me tell you, that's not a public library. That place is freaking awesome.
I love it.
I mean, my God, that thing is like an event
My
venue,
favorite place.
and it really is. It's a venue. But they were so helpful and so sweet and so kind and so nice, and we look forward to coming back. But I remember being backstage because they carted us backstage, and Lloyd kind of walked out there, I think, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure he remembers it. But he just kind of peeked, and he come back in there. He said, "Chris," he said, "that place is freaking packed," and I'm thinking 20 or 30 people. And I
I
said,
just remember that. Oh, there goes my camera again.
"Damn thing's been giving her fits
Well,
this
we've
evening."
been having fits with
So
it
just kind
tonight.
of work with us a little bit here. Just be patient.
Just give us about 10 seconds
There,
here.
there it is. Yeah. And I thought to myself, there's 15 or 20 people out there. And I walked, and I just, when I walked out on stage, when my intro music hit, and I think it was Lloyd came out first, then Stace, then me. And I remember Stace looking out there through the door saying, "Oh my God." And I'm like,
I
okay,
said,
if
my heart's beating down my chest.
her, then there's probably 40 or 50 people. No, there was like 150, 160. I mean, it was almost standing, it was standing room only. And I walked outside, and I walked out on stage, and I was like, "Oh my
Met
God."
some good friends.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
love
yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Great people, great
Yes.
people. But that right there told me people are interested in these dolls. So what we are doing now is we've created, or we are creating, a series of kind of documentaries, I guess you'd say. Now, what you're in for tonight, this is actually going to be available on YouTube at about a quarter past midnight tonight. And we're going to drop them on the Fridays after the gatherings, but this is where they will air first. Now, if you are a Patreon paid subscriber on the $10 or more tier, you will get these before anybody else. And Stace and I were talking, and it looks like we're probably going to be able to comfortably do 2 of these a month. And they can be, they're pretty intense, but they're very interesting, and you get to know the dolls. And Stacy's got enough of it. Even if we do 2 at a time, like some of them, you came in a pair, like Lars, and I'm sorry, I forget the other one's name.
Tobias, yeah.
Yeah, Lars and
Came in
Tobias.
the trunk. Remember with the trunk?
Yes. And I remember what was in the trunk other than the dolls, the outline of what looked like a small
Still
body.
there.
Yes. And those dolls are going to be featured on this thing too. But our first one is about Charles, as you've probably seen from the posters and all that. And what I wanted to do was show you guys, and not just where you could get the dolls and get to know them, which I think is very important, but also the effects that it has on this family. And I'm talking about Lloyd, I'm talking about Des, I'm talking about Caden. We all know the effects it has on Stace. Stace is the gatekeeper. She's the one that keeps things in check, so to speak. Now, after we see the video tonight, we will come back and we will talk about it very briefly. Enough with the vacation thing already. But we will come back and talk about it very briefly. And then what we are going to do is a spirit box session, as long as Stace is the computer doesn't go goofy. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoy this. I hope it's something that you find that you like. Stace has seen it, most of it, and so has Chelsea, because Chelsea is like she's like a right hand.
Is she in here tonight? I couldn't see the
She is
chat.
in.
Love you, baby.
I don't think she would have missed this for loving her money. I really.
She has such a good laugh.
She is just so awesome, and she and I had spoke today when I was back and forth with going to Huntington and all that, and getting the car did. Yeah, I had to go get his nail done, and I'm pretty sure on the way up here he said, "Honey, why you have no girlfriend? I do your nail. You look nice." So I was like, "Yeah, what the hell ever." So
Can't afford it because the car payment.
yeah, I know it, right? It's higher than a cat's back. So sad. So
Thank
sad.
you, Shonda.
So yeah. I am so glad that you guys are here. So what you're getting ready to see is the first. And it's only like 20, 25 minutes. I got a feeling that the next one is going to be a bit longer because, well, you'll see at the end of this one which doll and which story we're featuring next. And it's going to be. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the premiere of The Darkest Stories episode 1, Charles, and pay close attention for Lloyd's debut. You're going to love this. We
Lord.
love you guys. We're going to go dark as the video commences. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid that the Appalachian Mountains are full of mystery and a lot of beautiful things. And a lot of things that we can't explain. And he always used to tell me, no need to go looking for it, because at some point in your life, it'll probably find you.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. We all fall down. We all fall down.
Well, that's a fitting piece of advice. They'll find you. I mean, think about it. How many times do you watch these TV shows on, well, let's say Bigfoot? And how many times do they actually find Bigfoot? No, they don't. They don't find Bigfoot. Bigfoot finds them. I suppose the same could be said about hauntings, or haunted objects and things. you don't necessarily find them, maybe they find you. I mean, think about it. The Lutz, well, they found Amityville, and whatever was in that found them. Now, of course, an argument can be made that after the DeFeos did or went through what they went through, that it was there waiting on anybody who would just come in. This is kind of the case with her, Stacia Underwood Gullett, the founder of 606 Paranormal and someone I've known for years. She had her first experience when she was only 4 years old. Years later, oh, they would come to her. The haunted dolls. Such is the case with Charles.
Welcome to the Darkest Stories. I'm Stacia, founder of 606 Paranormal's Haunted Doll Tour, and co-host of The Gatherings. Tonight's episode number 1 is about Charles the doll. I know many of you have seen him on our show. He just happens to be one of my favorites. And here's his story. Charles the doll came from a small town in southern Kentucky, where he was beloved by a boy named Henry. Every time that you'd see Henry outside playing, or out on his bike riding through the neighborhood, Charles was always by his side. And as Henry grew up, he decided that he wanted to open a 5-and-dime store, quite like the one his grandfather had. This is where Charles came from originally. He was a gift. So he decided to make that store right on his property, and he worked hard, and he did it. And this is where he would proudly display Charles right on the front counter for many, many years. Each morning, he'd bring the doll to work, and each evening, he'd bring the doll back home and put him in his special chair. He'd built him a special chair that was just for Charles. Even though Henry was married by now and had a daughter, Estelle, he never forgot about little Charles. He claimed that Charles seemed very real to him, and he even kept a journal about their adventures and how he would visit Henry in his dreams. Henry's daughter was not quite so fond of Charles. Matter of fact, she was petrified of the doll. She swears that she'd seen him several times run down the hallway, and in certain times he would stop just before he got to her door and peek his head around to have a look at her and scare her to death. She said that his tricks got so terrifying she couldn't take it anymore, and she went to Henry. He would of course comfort her and tell her that it was just a bad dream, but Henry knew very well that it was no dream. Estelle began to have worse dreams, and she woke up one night screaming. When Henry got to her, she said Charles had a darning needle, and he was sitting in my bed, repeatedly stabbing my arm. Henry looked at her arm, and he was in shock. He had had enough, and he knew exactly what needed to be done. Even though he loved this doll and had many childhood memories, he just couldn't take any more chances of his daughter being harmed. He thought, is Charles jealous? What could this be? He told his daughter right then and there, he will never bother you again. I'll put him away for good. He hugged her and comforted her. And then he got up and he went out to the barn to get a trunk with an old padlock to lock Charles away for good. He came back in and he searched everywhere for Charles, but the doll was nowhere to be found in the house. Could he have heard me and possibly be hiding? Henry thought. Well, that's exactly what the doll did. He was never to be found. Several years then passed by. Estelle had gotten married, and she'd moved out of the place. Soon after that, Henry began hearing little footsteps running all through his bedroom. Then he'd hear a giggle. He thought, oh no. He would later tell Estelle that Charles is back, and I think I've heard him running behind the walls in my bedroom and then laughing at me because he knew he'd scared me so bad. He's mad at me, no doubt. Estelle helped Henry search the house again, but nothing. Sadly, about a week later, Henry was found lying in his kitchen floor where he had passed away of a heart attack. And guess who was lying on the floor with him? With his little hand attached upwards to Henry's throat. None other than Charles the doll. Estelle decided to put him in the locked trunk that Henry had made for him. And that's when she called me. And this is how Charles the doll came to be a resident here at 606 Paranormal, in our haunted doll room.
Whether he likes it or not, he's become somewhat famous for his reactions to these dolls. Lloyd, or Scared Lloyd Gullett.
It's dolls. I hate them real bad. I think they need to be in the walls because they're making me so sad. I want to put them out on the porch. I'm going to stomp them in the head. I want to stick them under my daughter's bed. Anywhere but in my head.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, what? No, nope, 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 nope. What? No, 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 no.
Okay. Tell me what you think of the dolls.
I don't like them.
How come?
Well, one, they are unpredictable, scary a little bit. They have been, I've seen them move, jump off shelves, turn their heads, eyes blink. It's unnerving a little bit.
Which one do you like the least?
Agony.
Have you always had this fear of dolls?
Not really, because I never even thought of dolls being haunted until we had to pick them up, and then things happen and hear things and see things move in the house and all that. So it's just but no, not until 606 or till I got married.
What's the worst experience that you've ever had personally with adults?
Don't hold back. Go ahead and tell them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, with doing shows and then you're sitting there, you know, and one goes, I guess the one time, I guess when we were doing the show, I actually ended up getting up and leaving the whole
I remember that.
thing because it just jumped out or did something, and I was like, I'm done.
And didn't one of them, or maybe more than one, cost you 2 vehicles?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Stacia told me not to say something at the doll show to one of them, which would have been Agni. And I did. I said something like, I called her crapney or something. And she goes, you know what's going to happen. And I'm like, whatever. And then I walk outside to the car and it died. And when I say died, I mean like $2,000 died. And that was the end of that car. And then even on the ride back with the car, I was riding back with the tow truck driver, and the car's at the back on the flatbed, and stupid stuff started happening in the truck, and he almost kicked me out of the truck. He said, I'm done. He said, you've got to stop talking about this. And I'm like, I can't help it. It's in the back of the truck, back of the car. He's like, you're freaking me out. I was like, I can't help it. So I'm just Agni. You know, it was just, and since then, Prius, Jeep, Durangos, all of them, something happened. And
Something that you can't explain.
something that I cannot explain, and it's kept happening because of them. So they're real cool.
And then there's their beautiful daughter, Destiny. Well, like her dad, she keeps a distance.
Hey, Des. So you want to tell us why that you don't like Charles?
Yes, it's because I've seen his arm move, his leg move, and most of the time his eyes. And that's why I never go around him or the Haunted Doll Museum.
I understand that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like your dad, huh?
Yeah.
So, Caden, tell us about, well, some of your experiences since I've had Charles.
Well, I've had a few bad experiences. I remember one time I was carrying him and he hit the back of my neck with his hand. Other times I've felt cold sensations whenever I'm around him, like chills up and down my arms. I mean, I've got headaches from him. Just different types of stuff like that, and I've had really bad dreams about him a couple of times. He's been in my dreams, just in the background, just looking at me. Always feels like he's watching me whenever he's out of wherever, but I've just had stuff like that.
What about, I know that you've had to help me in a few of the doll tours and help me carrying them in and out. And of course, you know they're blessed, but I remember that you had a couple bad experiences. One was when he had touched your neck. You already talked about that one.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I think we saw his head move, all of us at the same time.
Yeah. He looked over. Yeah, his head kind of did a little.
You just, yeah,
turned a little bit.
you never really know what you're going to get with some of the dolls. But with Charles, it's always something, huh?
Yeah, always.
Well, I guess some people find comfort and happiness in them. Some find every nightmare that they ever had. And yet others don't even think about it until something happens to them that they simply cannot explain. Whatever the experience may be, I do know that this road is just getting started, and we've got a way to go. So we hope that you'll come along on this ride with us, but if you do, you may want to buckle up.
Charles, are you here with us? What?
Got a lot of great responses in the chat, so thank you guys so much for that.
My sweet little Charles.
I was reading some of the responses, and Kayla said Lloyd really does not like those dogs. I told you, no, he does not. And I mean, think about it. You know, it cost him at least what, Lloyd, 3-4 vehicles. You had the Prius, the Jeep, and four, and then you talked about a Durango, and was there another vehicle?
And 2 Durangos, a Jeep, and a Prius.
Okay.
Did you read what James Paul said?
Yeah. That is somebody I wish that I had got on here tonight, because he was witness to what we're getting ready to tell you. The other night, long before production was completely wrapped up and I had done the editing, Lloyd was there. He can tell you about this, and so was Stace. We were sitting at the table, and Lloyd and Stace have this beautiful, it's kind of like a church pew thing that'll seat several people. Charles was sitting where I sat. Now, what happened was when I came in, took off my shoes, of course, gave Stace a hug. You know, Lloyd and I talked for a bit. JP was sitting at the table on the opposite side of the table in a chair. And Stace had removed Charles. Now, keep in mind, Charles has a tendency, so we've learned now at this point, Charles has a tendency to be a little bit on the jealous side. Okay. We saw that when we learned about Henry, who was his former owner, was going to put Charles in a trunk to keep him away from his daughter. Well, anyways, Stace removes Charles, not disrespectfully, very respectfully, places him in the very chair that you saw him in during the interviews with Caden and Destiny. Anyways, we're all sitting there, and Lloyd had made a wonderful dinner: soup, beans, fried cornbread. chicken and dumplings. I'm telling you right now, my tongue was slapping the back of my head clean off. Lloyd is just a hell of a cook. Anyways, we're sitting there and we'd all pretty much finished eating and we're just chatting. And JP, being a police officer, was talking about police officer stories, which I could listen to all night. I love them. And all of a sudden, on the back of that wooden bench, bam! Nobody's back there. Caden and Des are in their rooms doing whatever.
On the other side of the house.
Stace is on the other side of the house. Stace is sitting to my right. Lloyd is to my left. JP is right across from me. Everybody, James Paul, JP almost come up out of his skin. Lloyd just looks up, and Stace and I look at each other like, "What the hell was that?" And even Stace said, "What?" And Lloyd was like, "Huh?" And JP said, "What was that?" And I reached my hand behind the wooden pew. And I reared back and slapped it, and it sounded exactly like that. The location of it, I thought, was right behind me, where Charles had been sitting. That's where I was sitting. So, yeah, did you see JP in the chat? He said it scared the crap out of him.
He's seen Charles move.
Yeah, he watched him move that night, if I'm not mistaken. And you heard Caden. And let me tell you something. Look, Lloyd, Caden, Destiny, they were not paid to give these testimonies. They've got no reason to make this shit up. What they are doing, though, is telling you these things are real, and they're showing you the effect that it has on the very family that contains them. Now, maybe, if it were me, I'd be asking, why the hell don't you just get rid of them? I asked Stace that once, and she gave me the Ed Warren answer. It's better to keep the genie in the bottle, in so many words. In other words, she would rather... Okay, let's keep in mind, number one, Stace has got over 30 years of experience dealing with this kind of thing. She had her first experience when she was 4 years old. She's got an idea of how to keep these things at bay and how to contain them. Lloyd does not like that, but he tolerates it. After all, he married her. So it's okay. But it's better to keep them contained. And even Zach Bagans has said this because he's got his own little thing going on, a haunted museum thing. I think it's in Las Vegas. But anyway, he has said himself, it's better to keep these things contained by people that know how to contain them than to turn them loose out there on the public and let them just go hog wild and buck free. So that's what Stace is doing. And let me tell you, if we just did one doll per episode, which is what we're doing, with the exception of the dolls that Stace had, like, come in pairs, like Lars and Lars and Tobias. Okay, Lars and Tobias will have their own show, but they're together because that's how Stace got them, was together. However, Agni, own show. Reagan, own show. The doll that you see directly up there behind Stace, Sissy, which I absolutely love because it reminds me of Stace. She will have her own show. There's enough that we could do this for an entire year or maybe longer because Stace has so many of them. And she had said, I hope it's okay that I mentioned what you told me last night, that you wanted people that had these experiences with these dolls that didn't know what to do with them to bring them to you or to get them to you. Now, I'm sure that just tickles the absolutely snail snot right out of Lloyd. But
he understands it's my passion, and
it's what you do.
What I'm good at.
Asking her not to do it is, in essence, asking her not to do what she is.
If he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't come on the doll tours and help me.
No. Because he realizes the importance of it. I've seen people, even after, there's been signs put up, Lloyd standing there, Stace is standing there saying, "Do
Mhm.
not touch the dog." Somebody walk up and touch one. Next thing you know, they're coming to Stace saying, "My hand's burning, or I'm sick, or my nose is bleeding." And I'd look over at Lloyd, and he'd look at me like, "How many times in English do we have to say, 'Don't touch them'?" That's why we say, "Don't touch them,"
Right.
unless you've got Stace's okay.
Just
Let
like
me
the
tell you,
story tonight you heard. You didn't know that until tonight. Would you go up and touch him because he's cute and sweet and not know anything about him?
if I did
And see,
not
I know
know
what's
any
going on.
better, I probably would not, because number one, it's not my property. But aside from that basic respect, I would probably want to pick it up. But once I heard what you said about this doll is known to whatever, then I'd be like, I'm like Lloyd. Oh, hell no to the no, 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 no. I remember going, with them to Jackson, and we had left Reagan. I think at that time you had the Prius, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I walked outside to get Reagan, and I said, "I'm here to get Reagan." And Lloyd said, "Hey, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead." But Reagan had been blessed. The majority of these dolls have been blessed by a Catholic priest, and nothing is stronger than God. Nothing. So I had no problem when they said it's okay for you to pick her up and carry her in, but I did so respectfully, and I carried her like she was a child. And I'll be honest with you, see Reagan right behind Stace right now, right under Nosferatu. Yeah, right there where they're pointing. That's Reagan. And I love her. Now, she does have this quirk. Her eyes will turn from what you would say, well, it looks, it's pretty eyes, it's a doll, into eyes that look like a snake. I've seen it happen. I've watched it. I was actually holding her one time when it happened. And I looked at her and I said, "Baby girl, don't start that shit with me." I have picked up Agni and it'd be 90 degrees outside and she would be cool to the touch. I have watched Destiny move practically to the other side of the house to avoid coming. You don't do that
They were
unless,
taught from the get go.
yeah, you don't do that unless you just know. And Lloyd, well, we've all seen Lloyd. And, granted, Lloyd is kind of a comic relief in, some aspects of these, but he's not acting. He's not joking. He wants nothing to do with them and they do get active. And let me tell you, the more attention they get, the more active they seem, from my opinion, my view. The more attention they get, the more active they seem to become. It is something that is unique. And like Lloyd, I never really gave it a second thought before. I mean, yeah, I had seen, the first movie I'd ever seen about a doll that was haunted was Anthony Hopkins was in it, and he was a ventriloquist, and this doll just wreaked havoc. And then, of course, we all know about Annabelle. How many times did Ed Warren have to say, "Do not, under any circumstances, open this case"? And what did they go do? And don't get me wrong, I love Matt Rife. I could watch Matt Rife all day long. He's one of the funniest human beings I've ever seen in my life. He's got a very unique perspective, and he's just cool as hell. I love him. That's what concerns me so much, because I do know these things are real. I've seen it. I have seen people get sick by touching, well, one touched Reagan, and she got sick as a dog. I mean, she had to leave. She was that sick. I am praying for Addison, Kayla. She has food poisoning. I hope she feels better, and please send her my love and tell her I love her so much. And there's my faith, Shanoa. I love her.
Love you, baby.
She is just an absolutely beautiful person, a beautiful human being. But these dolls are very real, and that was just the first one. Now, we've already started pre-production. There's phases to this. There's pre-production, production, then post-production. Pre-production, we've already got the titles and stuff ready. I think we're going to start shooting tomorrow or Saturday, perhaps, for episode 2, which is going to be about Agni. And Agni, this episode's going to be longer than that episode's going to be longer than this one was, because Agni has such a complex story behind her. When somebody from New Orleans decide to go and get rid of the doll, there's a problem. And that's exactly what's happened here. We're not going to get too much in depth. You'll hear it on the next, which will probably, we're looking at maybe 2 of these things a month. And they are going to be posted on YouTube as well. And typically, probably the Friday right after gatherings, because they're all going to make their debut on gatherings. And this is all, I am here to answer the phones and take out the trash and tell the story. But Stace is helping me with that because, and there's a reason I really want Stace to tell the stories of the dolls, because nobody knows them like her. I can be the greatest voiceover guy in the world, and I cannot bring to you what she does when she's telling you those stories. This isn't about me. This is about 606, and it's about these dolls, and it's about that family. And by that family, I mean the one you're looking at, the matriarch and patriarch right now. It's about Lloyd and Stace's family and what they do. And it's also about you seeing for yourself and making up your own mind whether or not they're real. But I'm telling you right now, they are. I watched Enzo, who is their, I call him a snickerdoodle. I don't know what is, Stace has told me 1,000 times what breed he really is. Schnoodle. I watched him go crazy. I watched Choco who is a great big chocolate lab and lovable as he can be. I watched him go crazy, and you don't even want to get Peanut started on it. The little miniature weenie dog. She will go absolutely apeshit and bonkers. And at the end of that particular video, you heard this growl, and you heard in the background, that was Enzo, and I'm assuming Choco, and probably Peony somewhere in there. Peanut, we call her Peony. But they were going crazy. And let me tell you, Enzo will go absolutely apeshit because Enzo is extremely protective. And for some reason, he's taken it to me. He protects me. I don't know why, but I'm grateful. I think it's a good thing. It's not so sad. It's very happy. I'm very happy with that. So, Chelsea told me, she said, my God, she said, when you do that, she said, you sound just like Trump, because I was talking about some bullshit that's going on in lives right now. And I said, so sad, so sad. Yeah. I said, fake people, fake news. So it's, but yeah, she and I have a running joke about that. I'm also very happy to announce, and I want to give her credit. We are going to bring in to help with some filming and things like that here and there. Here's the thing. We all wear all kinds of hats. Lloyd can film. He does a great job. Stace did the interviews with Caden and with Des. I think she did a remarkable job. Very good. Beautifully done. Very, very beautifully done. Very well. And now we're going to have a young lady named Crystal Burt. She is super sweet. She does a lot of research for us. Matter of fact, for episode 2, she has provided us with, and Stace, she did find some stuff on rituals and stuff like that.
Okay.
Crystal is just one of those people. She can sit down with a laptop and by God, she will find the Epstein files. She will. She's just that good. But she mentioned to me, she said, I want to do more. I want to help. And I said, well, why do you want to help? I said, exactly what do you think you're going to get out of this? She said, a feeling that I'm doing something to help somebody else. Professional Trump impersonator. So says Chelsea. I love you, Chelsea. I do. But no, I've seen that little boy that does the Trump impersonation, and he can't be but about 8 or 9 years old. That kid is good. I mean, I'm like, wow. But yes, I have to, and I'm reading from the chat now. Jessica Preston said our fur babies know. Yes, they do. And it can be, and I just got to mention this. I think some people don't deserve dogs. They don't deserve. I happen to love cats. I love dogs. But the people that do, I think, make up for the people that don't. But you see people dropping off puppies in a ditch because they don't want them or whatever, instead of trying to find them a good home. I get it. Pets are not cheap. Stace will attest to that. Lloyd can attest to that. Chelsea can attest to that. Anybody that has an animal can attest to that. Vet bills, vets are not cheap. But it really doesn't matter when you love them. Stace spent a small fortune because some half-wit hit Chaco and just kept going in a vehicle, in a truck. I think is what Lloyd figured. It was I heard something back there. But yeah, and you're right. Brittany said some people don't deserve children. Same thing. I agree. Some
Yeah.
people don't. When I had done that brief stint working with KSP, doing ride-alongs and what have you, because I was really thinking at that time I'd really like to be a state cop. And the reason I wanted to do that was because they make a difference, a positive difference, most of them. It wasn't the violence that bothered me. It wasn't the talking trash that bothered me. I've had that done off and on my whole life. I said, well, you want to throw hands? By God, let's throw hands. I'm Gen Xer. That's how we didn't sit behind these damn keyboards. We got out there and we threw hands. So that wasn't a big deal. But what was a big deal to me was seeing these little babies, these little boys, little girls, whose parents would spend money on meth, on pot, on whatever, instead of milk or cereal or something for the babies. Something for the babies to actually eat and be healthy. I am 54 years old. I have a special needs brother that lives with me. And let me tell you, he comes first. I will go to the grocery store and I will get him things before I get myself things, which I'm pretty easy to say. Shit, I'll just go over Stacy's and eat. Lloyd's cooking, damn Skippy, I'm going. It's done.
You're right, Charlie. Pets are just like our kids.
Yes, pets are very much like children. I agree 100% with Charlie. I do. And they should be treated as such. I see Peony, when I come to the door at Lloyd and Stacy's, you would think I'm going to get ate up. But it's not that they're being aggressive. They're excited. Probably because Enzo figures I'm going to get fed. Because I do have a tendency to, with Stace and Lloyd's, okay, I'll give them a little something. I'll feed them. But they're excited. And that's how they show their excitement. You walk in, their tails are going crazy. And Peony, who thinks she's a 500-pound Rottweiler, and she actually weighs probably 5 or 6 pounds, will jump up on me. And Enzo will sit down, and asked Stace this, and she said, I'm about the only other guy that Enzo does this to. Enzo will sit down in front of me, like right there at my feet, and dare somebody to come near me. You'll hear him start to growl if he doesn't, if he even suspects. And Chaco is just a great big baby. He's a small horse, but he's a great big baby. And he will stick that head right up in my lap, and I will give him kisses, and I'll love on him, and I'll hug on him because I love him. And I was privileged enough to get to name him because he looked like he looked like Count Chocula. So we call him Chaco. Stace actually came up with that, Chaco. And I just thought, that's Chaco. And he
Remember
is
the ice cream Choco Taco?
Yes. And he's
just
just
chocolately.
he is just a baby. And he's beautiful. And he's friendly. Even though him and Enzo get along about like fire and gasoline. One's jealous.
Enzo beat up on him. He don't care.
Yeah. It took a hell of a lot to beat up on Chaco. But that truck did a good job of it. So, we are already at 5 till 10. So I think that we should run a spirit box session for a little bit. And if you do like what you saw in the videos, please, and you can go, to chrisslone.media. Find our Patreon. It's right there at the bottom of the screen where you can go to Venmo or where you can go to PayPal. You can do a donation. Yeah, their camera has been off and on, but you can do it automatically set up on PayPal, and it takes about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe if that, or not PayPal, but Patreon, and you can have it automatically come out every month, $5 or $10, whatever. And something too is we expect that these the doll tours, the darkest stories are going to pick up. And when you are a Patreon of $10 and above,
We're good.
what you're going to get is backstage passes
out.
to hang out with Lloyd and
Yep.
Stacia and I if you want at these doll tours. Maybe have some pizza, something to drink. You'll get backstage passes, and plus, when you're a Patreon of the $10 tier and up of the paid tier, I'm thinking that maybe you will not have to pay an admission to get into the haunted doll tour. But everybody else, I'm thinking that it's
it's
like
family.
$7 for adults and $3 for kids, and then kids under the age of 3 or 4. We're not going to. But now this thing is really big, especially going into September, October. During the spooky months, as it's called. Hey, Benita. So it's things like that we are going to look at doing, and also, for some of our upper tier Patreon paid members, Stace and Lloyd and I get together with you ever so often and have lunch. And you won't be out anything on the lunch. That'll be something that I'll take care of. So, but I'm thinking, there's all kinds of places that we like to go. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm on this jalapeno bite kick right now. Yes. My name is no longer Chris. It turns into the Carlos. And I'm spicy. I like the jalapeno bites. Yes. So it's but at any rate, or we go to this place in Painesville called Redemption Road Cafe. They have great food, great service, really good people, good pizza. And maybe we'll have a pizza lunch and things like that. But there'll be some benefits like that. And we also listen to what you guys say about we'd like to have because I don't think that the darkest stories is going to be strictly about dolls. And this is up to Stace because this is her baby. She's rocking the baby. I have a huge respect for her talents, her gifts, and her opinions. And she had mentioned something about haunted objects, not just dolls, but objects. And she's got those too. She knows the story behind everything that she's got. So we don't have to limit this to just dolls. So anyways, yes, Kelly seems to think that my impersonation of the Carlos, the spicy jalapeno lover, is cute. So I appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you, and I love you bunches. So but yes, I like my jalapeno.
He's awesome.
It cracks Chelsea plumb up, and even Sophie rolls her. She's like,
"You're good at
that." Thank you, Brittany. She said, "Chris, you're looking good. You clean up nice." I actually got my hair cut, and I take a shower every month, whether I need one or not. That's on Lloyd's advice. So it's not even Lloyd knows what.
You remember what we were just talking about pre-show? We don't want to go on there on that.
Do what now? Free? Oh yeah.
His idea of keeping things clean.
Stace, I'll tell you. Oh, we're all adults here. Stace said we ought to start an OnlyFans. I said, good God. Oh, I said, yeah. I said,
I don't know. What do people do?
Thank you very much, Brittany.
We just sit around and talk.
I love you for saying that. Thank you very much.
Play cards.
I really, really appreciate any kind words, especially when they're put to what we do. Yeah, you're showing the skin now, baby.
We can get on there and get John Holmes on the spirit box.
Well, John Holmes was a member of the Prestonsburg Community College Film Festival once, wasn't he? It's what the principal at Paintsville High School had said over the intercom because somebody gave him a note. We won't mention names, Cub. But oh dear God, everybody cracked that one. I thought Stace was just going to laugh her ass off. She walked around for like 2 weeks going on about that. But yeah. But yeah, my thing was to put Lloyd in nipple clamps and a loincloth and let nature take its course.
I pay money to see that.
And maybe put Reagan with him. Let's see how that happens. See how that goes. Like, well, I'm not so sure that's going to fly. So, yeah. That's supposed to be a cross, Lloyd, not an X, but it's your world to own, man. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. So, and I also want to give a big shout out to Destiny. I think that she did a wonderful job on that interview, and so did Caden.
They're watching.
They did wonderful, and I just think Des is so beautiful. She is so sweet. I love her smile.
Good
I love
girl.
her personality, how she's just a little bit shy, but she was able to come across and make her point perfectly clear. She's seen these dolls in
Shy.
things that, well, she has a bit of an introverted personality, and there's nothing wrong with that. Caden is more of an extrovert. Caden don't care to, he will speak to, he'll just come right out there and speak. He don't care. But Caden's a great guy, and he's learning, and I'd like to use him more in producing these things because he has definitely expressed an interest. And let me tell you, Caden does not care to get out there and get his hands dirty.
Mm-mm.
He'll work his ass off.
And he's my protector.
He very much is. And you want to talk about a kid that can throw hands? He can. But he's a super great guy, and I love him. I love him to pieces. Something to say, Lloyd, have earbuds in and heard it.
I hear it every time.
Yep. So let's go ahead and turn that up. And Stace, go ahead and get started with your.
I've been leaving it on while we were talking, so it kind of.
Yeah, I heard it going off somewhat in the background. And I'm interested to see if any one of these dogs.
Dad, help me. Dad, help me. So I don't know if that's HELP or HELPED.
For Rotten Pain, thank you so much, baby. We're glad that you're in here with us.
January,
I'm glad to see you in here. And I hope that you'll just keep coming back every Thursday and be a part of the family and be a part of what we do.
Put Morse code in it over there. Suck.
He's telling people to get his loincloth ready.
I have a problem.
We're not going to start it. We're not going to get dirty. They were thieves, he said. Christopher.
Brittany said that she'd like to start with her reaching out to her brother Christopher.
Christopher, if you can hear me, your sister Brittany is here with us. She would love for you to visit her tonight in her dreams. All right.
I think Kelly's right. We just vibe.
Good.
4 babies. You've got your hands full, Sweet Pea. But they're all blessings, every single one of them. I think my baby's watching tonight too, Cody. She's under Cinnamon's gun. That's her little character. Cinnamon.
If you're in here with us in the office here, can you make one of the dolls move behind us?
What happens when you
Me on the mantle, or Reagan there, or Mary over here on this side.
Be careful with Reagan though, because there's feelings attached.
later on?
Lloyd.
Yes.
Charles heard the name Lloyd. Reagan's talking to you, big boy. Might want to break out the.
I'd say Paula. Hi, Paula. Maybe. It was a male voice.
Boy, that citrus punch is packing some kick.
Jason, if you can come through for your mama Angie, we would love to hear from you, honey.
And
She's
reaching out to
having
Aunt
it really
Judy
rough. We
and
really appreciate hearing from you.
reaching out to Aunt Judy or Candace.
Jason, can you come through and let us know you're here? Hello?
Yes, they are wonderful.
Aunt Judy, can you come through for candy?
Kids are just awesome.
And
I heard I'm here like twice. Here. Can you give me a name or say something that somebody would recognize? If you're here for somebody that's in our chat room with us.
review.
Angie said that was her baby.
She loves you, Jason. Can you tell her that you love her?
Also,
It's me. Because something he did that, and they're in deep shit. I heard
Deep
that playing today. I heard it playing today.
Robin coined that phrase, and ever since then, you and I have both been using it. Just
Anytime you recognize something like that, Angie, let me know, because I think that I hear it, but whenever you verify it, then that does it for
I
me.
think that can be said for anybody. If you recognize a phrase or a voice, let Stace, Lloyd, or myself know.
Yeah, if you hear deep shit again, let me know.
You guys help us figure out what's going on too. I mean, it's just as much you as it is us. Lloyd had a good question. Kayla, what did you see?
Which one?
Which doll moved, Kayla?
The one on top?
Was it Reagan or was it Sissy? Sissy is the one on top. Now you've got. That's not Charles back there in the background over to my left, is it? That's not Charles. Mm-mm. Charles is in the case?
He's in the case.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
You can tell my Mama Candace I'm looking to see her in my dress.
Reagan is sitting right beside the
Candace.
fireplace. Still.
What is it?
Reagan is sitting right beside the fireplace.
Reagan's right here.
Reagan. Reagan is right there where Lloyd and Stace are.
That's Sissy.
That's Sissy up there.
Mary's over here.
Mm-hmm. And who's the little doll up there with the bow tie and the red sweater? He's cute as buddy.
That's Edmund.
Edmund. Okay, Edmund.
Under the vamp stand.
Under the vamp stand. That's Reagan.
It moves all the time.
Yeah, Reagan is pretty active.
The other day, bypassed the office
because she and Lloyd had an affair, and she's kind of upset about the whole thing.
And she fell over on her head, and he saw her, and he panicked and yelled at me.
Reagan moved her hand, is what Crystal said.
Oh God.
Yeah,
she does. Your hand if you're sure.
She does. She does that. I've seen her move her hand. I've watched her eyes change from like people eyes to eyes that look like a snake. Reagan looked like her head moved a bit ago.
I was thinking that about Sissy too. She looked like she had her head leaned back.
Oh no.
Sissy reminds me of you. That's why I love her so much.
Look like it.
Sissy reminds me of Stacia.
You know what?
She's much nicer than me.
Every time I sit here, this one over here, the blue dress, she always has, her head is always moved a different way every time I see her.
Which one?
That big, tall, blue mongrel thing.
Oh.
Baby, sweet thing.
Okay. Love to hear a dog bark on the spirit box.
You know, dogs do have spirits too. They do.
She knows her head too. Okay, gotcha. Chelsea says, "Mama."
Yeah, Chelsea said, "Mom."
Now let's see. I was doing some. I forget who it was. Let's
No
see if
wonder I love Mom so much. She was just completely unique.
Somebody's mom a minute ago. Well, if you want me to do any call outs, just keep putting them back up there for me. Because once the chat rolls down over here on this that I'm on, it's completely different from what you guys are seeing. Like I've got Chris, me, and then a tiny little chat room over here. It's about that long and about that wide. So,
You know, if this thing ever makes it on Discovery or something like that, or these videos, I'm going to buy you like a 50-inch monitor.
be great.
Yeah. And on your screensaver is going to be Lloyd dancing the moonlight waltz with Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's good for you?
I really need to be better. I need to be a better friend to him because he does cook. Yeah.
Clancy, can you come through with anything, any kind of information that will help us to get justice for you? Can you tell me the name of someone who you Jason, can you let us know if the nurse pushed your seizure meds too fast and it threw you into a seizure and you couldn't come back out of that? Can you let us know that? Your mom would love to know. I needed help.
I heard that clear as a bell.
I'm here. Could you let your mom know? Could you say yes or no? That's for Jason.
Madonna, it's good to see you.
Ability, so
Oh, sweetheart.
that I'm
Candace, can you come and visit Kayla tonight, please? She would love to have a visit from you. Brittany says, Grandpa Wayne, I miss you.
Yeah. Doesn't it seem like the older we get, the more people that we have to miss?
Crystal says she heard a yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a hello, Mom. Jeff, if you can come through for me. You can use my energy. Can you tell us why that you did what you did? Your family would love to know why you did what you did, Jeff. Can you come through for us, Jeff? I deserved it.
Hi, Edith. Yeah, I would love to hear from Trev, but I knew Trev very well, and Trev does what Trev wants to do when Trev wants to do it. So, but I do miss hearing from him and my mom
This morning.
and my grandmother.
I said this morning. He said something, and I told you. And to the spirit who visited Candace in her house, did you need her help? Did you make it to where you needed to go?
Okay, thank you, Lloyd. Lloyd, I don't even think I've ever seen that one before, have I?
What is it?
The doll. Lloyd sent me a picture of the doll he was speaking of earlier. Stacia, I don't remember seeing her before.
Yeah, she's one of my bigger dolls.
Yeah. Well, maybe I have and just didn't remember it. Yeah, she's sitting there beside of a can of Tinker or something. She's a pretty thing.
It was Kenzie. Jeff, can you come through for me? Can you tell me why you did that? I'm here to help. Trev, are you going to play music for us tonight?
That would be Trevor. I mean, if anybody would do it, it'd be Trev.
You know what? He was our DJ. Reagan's moving.
God, he was just a wonderful performer, period. Singer, musician. Reagan moved her head again, Stephanie said. My God, I think I just watched her move her head.
I'm going to ask if there's any spirits in the room with us to come over here and work with the dowsing rods with us tonight.
This is great, Steve. Can you work with Lloyd on the dowsing rod? I wouldn't know the questions to ask.
Jeff, can you, if you can come and be with us for a moment, can you cross the rods for me if you've done something to yourself? Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Madonna.
Lloyd, where did you learn to use those?
I taught him a long time ago.
Oh, did you?
Madonna, if you want to answer any questions or just send them through to me right now while I've got. If you could stay here with us for a minute, Jeff, we've got some questions for you. If you could answer them, greatly appreciate it. Can you cross the rods if your name is Jeff? I arrived. Hey, Jess.
What are their...
These things are easy to use, but so who has really good with them? You have to have a really good connection, or nothing works for anybody. I've only seen probably 2 people ever that had a good connection with the dowsing rods.
Lloyd's one of them. He's got to be.
Mm-hmm. He's good.
He's got a gift with it.
John is good too. I gave John a set.
Oh, John Marshall?
He's really good with them.
John's gifted. Hey, he's just got to
He
get.
really is with that. I'm telling you.
We've posted our Patreon
He's
link in
surprising
there
a
if
lot.
nobody wants. So
With him, I told him, I said, "You're a natural at this."
some people are. I've never tried it myself.
It takes a lot of Dean. But if you work with spirits quite a bit, it becomes easier to you because they know how to read you. If that makes any sense.
Well, Lloyd's around them, and they're around him, just like they are you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like they are
The
all of
first
us.
time I showed him how to use them, it was eye-opening
He
experience.
got them pretty quick. Hey, Trev, if you're around, could you cross those rods that Lloyd is holding?
Trev, can you come and be with us? Trevor?
There you go.
It's not crossing. Shake them off. Trev, if you can come and be with us, we welcome you to come in.
Or my mom, or
Anybody
anyone that
connected
we
to Chris,
love.
we welcome you to come in. Just cross the rods when you come in.
That does not take much effort for them to do, does it, Stacia? Or do you think?
Yes. Of course it does.
Okay.
Coming from a different plane, you know?
Yeah.
Brittany says, Christopher, I know that Mom was calling to you in your dreams. I'm not mad at you. I just miss you. Completely understand that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Understand that very well.
And Jeff, can you please give Kelly, the kids, and the grandkids some kind of sign or a dream to bring them some peace? Jeff, can you cross the rods for me if you heard my request? Charlie says Dean's my brother. There's Agnes again.
Yeah, these are full copper, so they're on a swivel. So you can see they.
Oh, okay.
He has no control over them, is what he's saying.
No.
They're not just one piece.
Yeah.
There's the holding pieces, and then there's the pieces that move.
I see. Okay.
They can move on their own that way.
There's no way he could make them do anything.
Not unless he really put the.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you'd
these are
see
different.
that, though. I mean, you'd see him do it.
Yeah, I don't
He's
like
just
those.
holding
Other
that's all he's doing. So,
Jeff,
yeah.
are you in the room with
They're
us?
crossing.
Hey. Something so he can have money. Cross the rods for me now if you're here, Jeff.
Or lead.
There they go.
There we go.
There we go. Can you cross the rods?
Okay. Every time I do this, I'm gonna shake it off. Try to
Do that. Can you cross the rods, Jeff, if you're sorry about what happened? Taking him a second to cross those, but yeah.
Yes, nothing.
Jeff, if you're still here, can you cross the rods for me? Reshake them off. You can recross those at any time for me, so yes. You don't have to hold your hands up. You can kind of. He just had surgery, so
Yeah.
you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I heard Lloyd that time too, but it does that all the time. Does anybody else want us to call anybody through the rods? You can't catch up with the. Jeff, she said you brought us all together. I'm so sorry, Madonna, honey. Did you hear that? Mm-hmm. Okay. I lost my mind. Maddie, would love to hear from Uncle Tony. Could you come through for Maddie?
Happen almost.
That was sounded like a lady that was really sad. Can anybody come through and let us know who was responsible for James Osborne, for what happened to him? Can you tell me who was responsible for that? Shake it off. Good Lord. Hold on. If there was more than one person involved in James's death, cross the rods. There were.
Ollie Mae, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, I just heard there's nobody down here. And I just heard banging and slapping going on in the kitchen. Or in the, yeah.
Might be something with you, coming over there with you where I asked it to come through.
Well.
Can you come to the spirit box, Trev, or anybody that wants to come through for Chris, Linda?
Trev, there's
Gary?
a bottle of Jack Daniels on top of the fridge. Help yourself.
Grandsons.
My grandsons. I'm sorry about my grandsons. I said.
Yes, Crystal, I would not be surprised. I really don't get them often here, visitors like that. I really don't. I mean, at least not that I know of. I'll say that.
Hey, turn it up. Can you hear Chris? I'm not turning it up. Cincinnati, a dream. See if you can hear him now. Cameron, are you coming through for Charlie? He does. Do you have a message for your dad? Cameron, can you come through? Trev. Thank you for coming through, Trev. Hey, Tina, can you come through for me and Brookie? Tracy? Yes. Trev again. That makes twice I heard it.
That sounded like his voice too, somewhat. Yeah. Crystal, the guy saying hello.
Tina, can you come through in your voice for us so that we can hear you? I could have swore I heard her a minute ago. Jeff, Madonna is with Kelly, Amanda, and the grandkids. Can you come through the spirit box for me so that they can hear your voice? Can you imagine how hard this is on them right now? Can you give them a little comfort? Hey, Dad. What song are you going to play us, Trev? What's your favorite song, Trev? Favorite band?
You'd be surprised.
Tell us so that Chris can hear you.
Just play me a few notes of one of your favorite guitarists. I know exactly who it is.
Come through, Trev. And say hi. Tell us your favorite band. I heard the Dead. Everybody giving me your favorite bands too? Can you tell me what my favorite band's name is? Did you hear that?
Really?
Yeah. You have to rewind it back and listen to that one. Can you whisper my band again? Lloyd didn't hear you. In your sleep. Oz.
That's mine. My favorite artist.
So I've heard the Dead. I've heard Oz, Ozzy. Ghost.
I love
He said, hit the road. Let's hit the road. I ain't gone.
I liked music back when they made it, not this shit they're coming up with now. God, it sounds like that.
Brittany. Christina, please visit Abby. Brittany asks. I don't need you, but she does. And I wish you the best. Anybody else wants to come through? I like them too, Charlie. That's one of my favorites.
Nirvana.
Hey, Cameron, who is your favorite singer? Did you hear that? He's got my record, he said. He's got my record.
Thanks, Kelly. I am old. I sneeze dust.
Good night.
Good night, sweetheart. I used to walk to school uphill both ways. Every once in a while, I get lucky and ride a dinosaur back.
Does anybody else want to come through for anybody that's in our chat room with us before we close the spirit box? Which, listen, guys, I could sit here for 2 more hours and go through this spirit box. Y'all don't know how I love this. But then tomorrow I wouldn't be able to walk.
I do like kids.
This is so interesting to me. I'm telling you. And it's only because there's so much
what you're going to get
if you listen.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get or who you're going to hear from.
That's true. You just think about them before the show. Think about them during the show.
Mm.
Look here. Ross, can you come through for Brooke or Tracy? Listen for that voice, guys. We're calling out for somebody. Listen for that voice. Pain. Trevor, are you still with me? Don't surprise me, Kelly. I've heard a few things too.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
We've heard some dandies, yeah.
Chris is here with me. Can you say hi to Chris?
Dad.
Hey, Dad. Cameron, I think that was Cameron.
Yeah. I'd love to hear from Summer Wells. I'll miss that baby girl. It's amazing how you can miss somebody you never met.
Can you tell us where they find Summer's body? Or remains?
Baby did not deserve that, not by a long shot.
That was a whole full sentence and I couldn't. Said I never thought they'd kill me or something like that. Kiss. There's another band. Do you like Kiss?
Yeah,
too?
Kelly and I were talking about that a second ago. I love Kiss. I love Gene Simmons, Peter
That's one of our top favorites.
Paul Stanley, yeah.
Oh, Lord, I remember when I was a kid. My sister thought Paul Stanley was hotty totty.
Oh, they're freaking awesome.
No, I mean, she thought he was hotty totty. That hairy chest. Woo!
Yeah.
You all right, Louis? You look like you're about to.
He is concentrate watching. There they go. They're crossing. He's concentrating.
Ask if the. Oh, can you let me know if the PI is right on the right track in the Sebastian Rogers case? Yes. Summer, can you come through for me and Chris? Hello. Help. I heard Brienne come through a couple of times too. Oh yeah. I like Gene Simmons. I thought he was cute.
We know what you
No, you don't even start that. I'm just a sucker for the hairy chest guys.
Hmm.
In the 70s, that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
guess.
mean, but I was,
Don't worry about it, Lloyd. Grass don't
but I
grow
was,
on the
but I
playground.
was a little baby, so I always thought,
Grass don't grow on the playground, buddy.
some people were cute and some weren't, back then. A snake. Let's see. Steph says he'll be missing 3 years in February. I have a feeling that he might be on the right track, but was just curious. I've been picking up a little bit of that on YouTube and watching a little bit of it here and there. And all the stuff that's come up with Amber's case lately.
Yeah,
asking to be dismissed.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, what they're asking to be dismissed was a lawsuit against the city and all that. And,
Oh, is that what it was?
mm,
I only caught just a little tail end of it.
well, we're going to have Debbie on in the next few weeks, I suppose. But we're going to talk about that and other things too. But I absolutely love Debbie, and I think her getting into office would be a wonderful thing for Floyd County. I do.
Trev, if you're still with us, can you say your name again for me? I know I've heard you say it 2 times.
14 when he went missing. He'd be 17 now. 14, just a kid.
14 when he went missing. Should be 17 now. So. Oh, no. That's so sad.
Wait. You used to hear of kids when I was growing up and I was that age going missing, but it wasn't like it is. It seems like it's more now than it was before.
Right.
Am I wrong, Stace? I mean, I know you remember it too. We grew up at the same time, so it's.
Things were different. I mean, we were so much more mature.
Well, yeah, and now you got this human trafficking.
12 to 14 years old. We were like 20-year-olds, really.
Yeah, we were.
Absolutely. Thanks. Did you hear Chris? Of course.
Oh, there's our little Peony.
Doctors.
And then the camera.
And we got. Okay, I got it.
I don't know exactly what's been going on with it. I don't think I've ever seen your computer do things like this before. I mean, just
I know it. It's
kicking your camera off at random.
And it's been ever since I took Charles out of here.
And on the night that his video debuts, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me try it again.
I think Debbie getting in office would mean a lot of great things for Floyd. I do.
Yeah.
And I do think she'll get it. I think that she's going to get it. People are tired of it.
Try that wire back there. Yeah, it's not going to come through, guys. I apologize.
Well, that's all right. So there's something up with it.
Something must be up with it because I hit the video button to refresh it again. Let me try it on here. And
well,
now it's not.
Well, you're back broadcasting, but you're not. The video's not there. So
yeah. Well, we can still broadcast the box for a minute.
Yeah.
Anything back there? Can you look back there in the back of the computer? Are you messing with my computer?
This is unusual.
I heard Tracy.
Yep.
Hmm. It's got a mind of its own, dear.
Yeah, something's going on with it
You can
tonight
go
for
ahead.
sure.
You can go ahead and close it out. It's about that time anyway.
Okay.
And thank everyone for coming through. Ah. That look on your face, Lloyd, says it all right there.
All right, let me try to reset one more thing here and see if anything coming through at all.
No, just a picture of you and Lloyd.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of like it'd be a screensaver kind of thing. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to shut the spirit box down. Thank you all
They
for
always
coming
wait
through
till the
for
very
me.
last minute. Then after that, they just try to pile through all at once. So, but we will be back next week, and hopefully, whatever little technical glitches there will be straightened out. So, there you are. Imagine that happening, huh? Okay.
You never know what you're going to get around here.
I don't know for a fact, but it seems like Reagan is in a different position now than she was before.
Her head looks like it's tilted to also.
Yeah. Sissy still looks pretty much the same. So,
Cecilia.
I think Reagan is mysteriously hot. Good Lord, I really.
She's a baby doll.
She is. She's a baby doll. You know, we hear people all the time, like I said, talk about, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. When so many people aren't.
Right.
It's okay to have those days where you're not okay. It's okay not to be okay. But don't sit and just be alone. Don't isolate. Have a friend. Look, if you know people that could use this, just the interaction, there's a ton of people right there in this chat room right now that have been through hell, going through hell. And, maybe you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't know that I need anybody. I don't know that I need help. Maybe somebody needs you. I mean, that's a possibility, right? I can tell you after having lost Robin and all the other, Stace has helped me. Lloyd has helped. So many people. Chelsea, big help. Is that our Peony?
Yeah, you know how she gets whenever she comes through here. She has to.
Well, she's a guard.
She's on protection mode.
She's a guard pooch. That's what she does. Peony is awesome. All of your pups are awesome. Enzo, Choco,
They all got their little.
And you've got them, all the way up and down the scale. Enzo is like the middle, and then, of course, Choco he's like Godzilla. And Peony just thinks she's Godzilla, but, she's really, she's kind of like, she's the little tiny one, but she's adorable. And she will come after somebody. But you really don't want Choco coming. That dog, if it don't weigh 105 pounds, it don't weigh an ounce.
Hey, stout, buddy.
Strong as an ox. And there you go again.
Maybe
I will let you get off here and, message me or text me or call me tomorrow. We'll make plans to get together and begin the process of episode 2. And if you want, I will take a look at your computer. But my bet is Kate or Des could take a look at it too, because they're very intelligent and very good with those things too.
Okay, sounds good.
Wonderful job, baby. Good night.
Thanks, guys. Love everybody.
Thank you so much. Good night, baby.
Good night.
So there goes our Stace. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight, and thank you so much for watching the work that we've done on episode 1 and episode 2. We'll probably have it out here in a couple of weeks, and this is just a rough guess, but I'm going to shoot to say that by January 29th we'll be watching it, which is on a Thursday night, of course. And then after that, January 30th, it'll be available on YouTube, which after midnight tonight you'll be able to watch just the video. It won't be the gatherings and the video. It'll just be episode 1 because we're going to leave them posted up on there. But thank you guys so much for watching. And just to acknowledge everybody in the chat again, thank you so much for the words of encouragement on great programming tonight. I do think that this was a really good one. And again, love every single one of you. And remember, no matter what you may think or no matter how down you may get, you are worth it. You're here for a reason. Stay here. We need you and we want you here. You've got a purpose, all right? So I love you guys, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful night and get some rest. Weekend is just around the corner, and much love to everybody. Good night, and may God bless. And of course, as always, stay mysterious. Good night.
I hope you're looking down on me saying, damn, I'm so proud. I hope it doesn't matter that I don't have life all figured out. I live my life for you because you can be here. I still hear your voice as a